Happy weekend. Yes, it's a beautiful Saturday. I just hope you guys are having a great time. Happy weekend to everyone. You welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. It's really a late night show and I'm so excited. I just want to say come over, let's have some talk, let's have some chat, let's dine, let's relax, let's play. As weekend. Happy weekend to everyone. Hope you guys are having a great one, because I am. It's good to see everyone. Super exciting. It's getting warmer and warmer in Johannesburg. I hope it is your end. All right, so we are looking at a very interesting subject today. Why must Zimbabweans suffer under the greedy of ZANU? Since they are power hungry, why do we have to suffer? And we're going to also look at Tendo Matinyarare as well. He was rejected. ZANU-PF completely rejected Tendo Matinyarare. Furthermore, we're going to be looking at who is definitely SARS. Yeah, we have heard about SARS, right? And today we want to dig deeper more so everyone can be enlightened. So we know who is this SARS person. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Please make sure you like the live, and it's time for us to contribute. Drop your location. I'm here to send you a shout out as happy weekend, everybody. It's a weekend special. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Thank you so much for passing by. Man, I'm so super excited. I just want to say to everyone really who subscribed recently, shout out. And I want to say thank you very much for trusting this space. And really, it's a blessing to just dine with all of you. It's a blessing. Drop your location. Let me send you a shout out. Good to see you. All right, so we have Nelson Chamisa. He dropped a tweet today. You know, these days he's not tweeting much. Yeah, he doesn't tweet that much. He's a man of few words, but a man of impact. You know, men of few words are men of impact. You know that? Because while they are quiet, they are planning. You know, they are busy planning. They're not just quiet. They're actually working. All right, yeah. So he said, a new hope for Zimbabwe. Fellow citizens, your victory can't be denied or delayed. It's sealed and guaranteed. The season of the new is upon us. Zimbabwe shall be known as a blessed nation with a delightful and a great people. God is in it. Joel 2:12-29. Blessed Sabbath. So I want to say blessed Sabbath to everyone and shout out to you. Welcome to the show. This is such a brilliant day, a beautiful day. God, that the Lord is mad. I'm so excited. Good to see everybody. Thank you guys for coming through. Someone says it's very cold, but it's hot here in Johannesburg. That's why you see I'm wearing very summish, you know, because it's really scorching hot. All right, let's move forward. And trust me, immediately after you drop a tweet, Benjamin replied and he said, Co-President Muno Torigo. Like I said, he's a man of few words, you know. Great men don't say much. They spend time planning, thinking, organizing, and when they come out, they just come to drop few words, but few words of impact. So he replied, he said, when you know the full script, you don't panic. It will all end in unprecedented joy and celebration. This is why I've always been saying, keep your tears of joy, please. Make sure don't lose all of them. Keep your tears of joy, right? Keep them. It's going to be fun. Trust me. Good to see everybody. Good to see you. I swear this one is a bit hot. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you. All right, so I'm going to be drinking. This is aloe vera water. Guys, I know it's a Friday. It's weekend. Some people are drinking alcohol. I don't. So just tell me what you guys are drinking. Drop your drink. I don't drink alcohol, but if you do, bless you. And drink responsibly, you know, and be wise. You have a journey and a purpose to fulfill. Trust me, don't forget to like the live as we move along. And also to send some love. Today we are dealing with a very sensitive topic. I'm going to dig deeper to talk about SARS. You know, you all have been hearing about SARS. There is FARS, Forever Associates, whoever. We are talking about SARS, S-A-S, right? That's what we're going to be dig deeper today. So you guys understand who is infiltrating all our state organs and what is really happening in the background. Why do we suffer the way that we do? It's what we are looking at tonight. All right, so I want to remind you of something. I hope you guys still remember. I want to remind you of something. I'm a person who believes in reminding people of something important. So I'm going to remind you of what happened a few years ago. Remember? Do you remember?
I'm ready. Waiting for a connection.
Sorry, bear with me, please. Bear with me. It's just connecting to the external for my volume. And thank you very much, guys, for being so gracious. Do you remember when Mr. Chiwengo came in with Sibusiso, promising us all heaven on earth? Today, so let me remind you of the words or the statement that they read. That was Constantino Chiwenga and Sibusiso. I want you guys to take a listen. Very important, I want to remind you before we move forward. Go ahead.
Of the Constitution of Zimbabwe mandates the Zimbabwe Defense Forces to protect Zimbabwe, its people, its national security and interest, and its territorial integrity, and to uphold this Constitution.
Right.
The situation in our country has moved to another level.
I'm going to be gracious and play it again because I want you to listen to the words that were dropped by Mr. Chiwenga and what Sibusiso said. They let, may his soul rest in peace, but Mr. Sibusiso, you left us with so many problems. At least you're in heaven and you're resting. For us, we are suffering still. So I want you to listen to what Mr. Chiwenga said. Very important, very strong words, but important. Take a listen.
2 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe mandates the Zimbabwe Defense Forces to protect Zimbabwe, its people, its national security and interest, and its territorial integrity, and to uphold this Constitution.
And he lifted up the
situation
Constitution.
In our country has moved to another level.
To uphold the Constitution, to uphold the Constitution. Are they upholding the Constitution, ZANU-PF, as we speak? This faction, because I think the fight was within the parameters of ZANU-PF. It was just all about power. Bear in mind, Mr. Mnangagwa and Mr. Constantino Chiwenga were plotting since day one with Mr. Mnangagwa as per allegations by Professor Mtambara. They were plotting to get rid of Mugabe. So here they are. Now they are promising us heaven on earth. There's a soldier behind them, and we believed, we said, oh, the army finally rescued us as a people of Zimbabwe. We were super excited. You know, that day was a day. We were super excited. We were dancing. Betrayal, deception. Today, the Constitution is muted, but it was the very same Constitution they promised to uphold, saving the people of Zimbabwe. And I said it's important for me to remind you, before we get deeper to understand where we are and what is really going on in the background. And we have so many videos that will support what I'm going to be looking at, especially when it comes to SAS. S-A-S. Yeah, very interesting. Mr. Jonathan Moyo too, he's being asked questions from the time of the coup. What truly happened? But I wanted to pay attention because when we pay attention, we'll be able to understand why we are where we are today. This was just the fight between them as ZANU-PF, but we were dragged and they were kind of playing around like it was the army, but I don't think it was all the army because as per Jonathan Moyo, there was actually division among ZANU-PF, even among the army as well. There was division. So for us to actually believe that was the army, no, it wasn't the army. Because if you say the army is divided, then who was there? It means that a few people were after the power, but the rest of the people weren't agreeing with the decision, right? So if the people are divided, it means it's not a collective decision, but it's just a minute people who have decided whichever way they want to go. But I want you to take a listen to what Jonathan Moyo said right here. Pay attention, please.
Caught flat-footed. You cannot say we didn't know, but it has nothing to do with the ZANU-PF structures because I'm intimating there wasn't anything much there because the drama would take place elsewhere. But people keep coming to this question that why did either you were flat-footed, you didn't have a response, or you didn't know. Let us put it this way. Suppose you we expected to do, to create, if the discussion is that the party had split into factions, is the suggestion that the so-called G40 faction should also have come up with its army side. That they should have been, because what else? Because we were not caught flat-footed. We were not. There were certain things that they did which surprised people, including me. The fact that they wanted to kill people, the fact that they were going to people's houses at night with army units and so forth was a surprise. But the fact that they were going to take over, they wanted to take over, they were going to use the military to take over, was not a surprise.
But how were you surprised? How were you surprised? How were you surprised by the fact that they were willing to kill people when ZANU PF has had a history of blood, killing people over elections?
No, but this was not an election. This was taking over. And if you are going to use the army to take over in 2017, as is the case in 2021, if you spill blood, you complicate your scenario. If you are going to take a gun and you're going to use the gun to take over power, that is why they are at pains. They did kill people, but and most of the people that they killed are military people and security people. And when security people die in Zimbabwe in situations related to security operations, they put a blanket over that. Information is, they just don't want those stories to be told. But if we're talking about an army that is taking over power in broad daylight through military means, it's very different from what they do when they are out there. They don't want to kill people on television. The only time they did that was on the 1st of August 2018.
So stop right there. The army don't want to kill people on television, but only in August 2018 is when they were able to do so. And he's claiming that the people that came to his house were actually a group of 22 men from SARS. So there is an army, but there's also this group special people called SARS that operate on behalf of the state. And you will hear further down that this very same SARS group allegedly is in almost every department in Zimbabwe, whether it's the police, they are SARS people, but these people are trained differently. They are trained differently. They are not actually the police, or they are not also the army. They are trained differently. And they're trained like terrorists. Now we all ask questions why we are in this mess that we are in. It is telling you that the army on its own cannot kill people. But things can be done, not in front of television like they did in 2018. So which means the people that were in the camouflage, that were on the street, were actually not the army, were SARS people that can do things beyond the rules. That's what he's saying. Jonathan Moyo, go ahead, listen to this.
When they killed people on television. But before that, and since then, we don't see them doing that kind of a thing. People must understand that you see, because they took over in relation to succession, to succeed President Mugabe, and because everyone knew that the time to succeed President Mugabe had come, we did not see the succession in the same way. We had different theories of the succession.
But Professor, knowing fully well where the power resided, Why did you have different feelings of the succession, knowing that it was the job that would ultimately make the final decision?
It wasn't job. It was not job. We knew much more than that, and the story is much more complex than what you are summarizing. By that time, there were the divisions that were in politics, most of them in public and in society, were now also in the security structures, the divisions. And they were not only in the security structures, but they were also between the structures. The army and this, for example, the army and the CIO were not seeing eye to eye. So one of the institutions which had been rendered useless by the time of the coup is job. There was no job anymore. So you had people meeting wherever they were meeting at in Zivarasekwa, officers mess there in the presidential guard had become a very key instrument. So there was a lot of fragmentation.
Thank you.
But I'm trying to make you understand. Not everyone wanted to be part of an army faction. Not everybody wanted that. There was a genuine feeling that some of us had, which turned out to be an unsustainable one, that the transition could be political.
All right, so you can actually hear that since day one, let me just say this, since the time ZANU-PF came into the space in 1980, there's been problem after problem after problem after problem after problem. What is that supposed to tell you? I don't know if these people are actually there for leadership. These people are simply there just for their own personal gain. So I get so shocked when there are people say, no, ZANU-PF must reform. Reform what? What are they reforming from? They have nothing to reform from. These are simply people who are themselves. It's up to Zimbabweans to make a decision and say, this is not what we want. These people are showing you who they are, and they are not going to change. And this is the problem. Not only are they showing you who they are training surrogates, young people who are coming with the very same culture and the same mentality. They are like a family that is dysfunctional. If the father was toxic and abusive, the kids are going to be toxic and abusive until maybe a son or a daughter stand up and said, hey, I have to be the generational case breaker here. We can't carry on living this toxic life and everything has to stop. It takes a decision making to say, we want to be intentional and be different. But as we stand right now, expecting that ZANU-PF will reform or will be better, it's insanity, because it will never happen. As a matter of fact, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. This is why I'm so much respectful to people like Ibo Mandaza, people like all these Tambara, who are actually sitting indoors right now, trying to find ways to dismantle this wickedness. Because truth of the matter is we are going absolutely nowhere. We are going absolutely nowhere. I don't know if there's any person who thinks that we are going somewhere, but as far as I'm concerned, we are going absolutely nowhere. We're just stuck. They make it clear this was simply faction within the ZANU-PF power grab, power fights, nothing to do with Zimbabweans. No wonder why things are deteriorating. All the patches they're trying to patch, it's not working, it's not mending, because the goal is not to serve the people. The goal is, what am I going to benefit? What am I benefiting? That's the goal. And it's very disappointing and sad that actually people right now as we speak think that there's going to be something coming out of here. Absolutely nothing. It's like expecting good from the devil. It doesn't work like that. The devil has got his own mission, and that's what he gives. He can't give you nothing more, nothing less except who he is. He's a master illusionist. He's a deceiver. That's how he works. So if you think you're going to expect goodness from him, you are insane. You are crazy. So this all SARS thing that is coming up here, from what I'm hearing right now, the SARS thing. So to me, I'm sitting and I'm like, okay, so we have the army, there were factions. We have the CIO with factions. It's so sad to say they were factioning for what? Unless if they are simply a political people, a political party who serves a certain political interest. Because what faction are they faction for? Because if they're serving the people of Zimbabwe, they should work within the parameters of the constitution. But no, definitely not. They were fighting. Fighting. Now, I'm going to read this tweet that was sent by Jonathan Moore, and he actually pinned the tweet. The tweet is there by his Twitter handle. It says, what would you do if you and your family survived a 15-minute ZDF, which is Zimbabwe Defense Force, attack on your house with 7 children, one of them 12 years old, by 25 SAS snipers with semi-automatic weapons, randomly firing tracer bullets and stun grenades? Is this the new justice, new dawn, new era, new Zim? He's asking questions. I don't know who he's asking, because this is you and your ZANU PF. Whom are you asking? Who are you asking? And let me just remind you something, guys. I think you saw a man and a group of guys who went and were trying to take documents from CCC Press that was promised Mukwananzi. You remember the man that went there that had a hoodie? You remember him? With a black hoodie that was written at the front that United States Army. You remember him? I remember him correctly. That very same guy, he went there, tried to disturb a presser for CCC. He's the same man that was actually walking in with Maureen Kademaunga. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the surname correctly. And it's the same man also that you saw again about a day ago in court with another CCC person. So this man, the same man, is terrorizing people for CCC, for Citizen Coalition for Change. And I was asking myself, I have family who are in the police services. I've been there for decades, literally. Some of them hold positions. I've never seen what. The last time I checked, if a person committed crime in Marlborough, the police in Marlborough should do the work. If a person committed crime in Sunningdale, the police in Sunningdale would take over the crime. But there seems to be men who are just randomly moved from left, right, and center. There are very so many terrorizing people. Are these people police people? Or they're the SAS people that Jonathan was referring to, that they've taken over different spaces. And someone commented on my YouTube channel, and he said, I used to be in the police service. And as a matter of fact, some people came then, they were wearing uniforms and they were not police. You wonder why every time you guys are upset, you are angry with the police, you're angry with the army, you're angry with so and so. And some of the people are not who you think they are. They are simply work for ZANU PF. That's why they have no mercy. They're merciless. They don't care. They're brutal. They have no brew book, nothing. They just do as they please. If they get there, they will terrorize you. And I've heard many people say, oh, people has been abducted by a CIO. It's not the CIO that you guys think. We're going to go down here and you hear as the guy that is narrating, an ex-soldier, allegedly how ITAI Dzamara was murdered. You explain to you what's really going down in Zimbabwe so you understand why we are stuck. We are not stuck because of politics. No, we are stuck because we've got a terrorist group that is terrorizing the citizens. Let me just tell you, I'd rather be in a house where there is poverty but there's peace. Our problem in Zimbabwe is beyond the poverty. It's more terror, fear. People are scared. We are living like we are living in an abusive space or in a gangster controlled space. I would just want to equate it like the Cape Flats. Cape Flats or Durban are known, the spaces that are known for gangsterism. That people have no peace there. Any minute you can be killed, any minute you can be, anything can happen. That's exactly what's happening. We are afraid of our own brothers. They tend to be literally terrorists. We are afraid of them. As we are living in a society where it's not normal. We are not human beings. We are afraid to speak to our own brothers. We are afraid. We look at our own brothers who gets into a meeting. They don't care if there are cameras. No, they're going to push the papers. Lack of morals, no respect for each other. That's the Zimbabwe that we have built. Why? Because we allowed wicked people to take over the space. maybe it's about time now we dig deeper and say who is behind the SARS people and who are these people? Because as per my research, I went in to check during the Rhodesian time, because SARS was actually a group that was formed during the struggle. It was formed actually by Ian Smith. And it says that they were actually trained to counter terrorism. But you know how Smith was? He was brutal. He was an evil man. But when I was doing my research, it said the formation of the Rhodesian SARS goes back to November 1959, when it was decided in the Federal Assembly to form a parachute evaluation detachment to examine the practicalities of military parachuting and parachute training in the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland, with a view to the possible formation of an airborne unit. This was announced by then Federal Minister of Defense, Mr. Caldecott, but it was Sir Roy Welensky who was the reported driving force behind the reforming of what was to become SARS. The number of men in the SARS went up to approximately 250 when in June 1978, Sea Squadron Rhodesia Special Air Service, so that's what they called it Special Air Service, became one Rhodesian Special Air Service Regiment 2. The unit formed to their new barracks called Cabrit in 1979 and continued to serve with outstanding success and distinction until it was disbanded with the transition to black majority rule on the 31st of December 1980 as Rhodesia became Zimbabwe. So SARS was destroyed immediately after Rhodesia became Zimbabwe, when ZANU-PF took over the leadership of Zimbabwe, as President Mugabe became the president of the country. But the very same SARS, Special Air Services, that's the group, they are still there today as we speak. But 1 minute they were disbanded. But according to Jonathan Moy, they were literally brought back by ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF brought back SARS. ZANU-PF. They brought back SARS. And if you listen to the story of ITAI Dzamara, you hear of the ex-soldier who actually once been part of that SARS group explain to you how they work, who they are, and what are they for. I now saw that next time you don't blame the police, you just know there is a group called SARS. What are they doing in Zimbabwe? You're going to listen to a very long video, but I want you to pay attention and listen to what the ex-soldier is actually explaining. He's in hiding as we speak because he didn't want to be known, because he said, if you run away from this one, they will look for you, because you're going to divulge information that should not come out. So allegedly, I'm taking his words. So I want you guys to take a listen to what he's saying when he's explaining how ITAI Dzamara was murdered. But you also firstly just lay a foundation of who exactly is SARS, so that you separate the CIO, you separate the army, you separate the police, and you separate SARS. So take a listen, please.
Very sorry. And it is my source. Sarandavana Mukana is hope we are fine. Right. Zimbabwe, Munima units are and provide a personnel state security. Kunima CEO, Kuni military intelligence, Kuni Zimbabwe Special Air Service in the SAS, Kuni police intelligence, Kuni Air Force intelligence, prison service intelligence. One provide a personnel kwa president office ya president and right. But you are going to send up a machete. So in umbrella team rinenge rwini masiyawo. But vanhu vacho vabva kumaunits andataura kana vavo papa vanhu vanenge masiyawo, but vanenge vakasangana kubva kumaunits intelligence security force akasiyana siyana. You understand? Right. Saka munyika medu mune department rearmy ronzi special air service. Iyo department roga ndiro ndoanonzi mamercenary enyika, ndo last number yema special forces. Ma special forces mune commando, command regiment iri Cranbourne, kozoti parachute regiment iri kuInkomo, kozoti SAS iyi ndo iri pamusoro padzo dzose, ndo chiri department rotendekwa kupfeka uniform rini ndebvu, mazindebvu akadai vasina kugera musonyangoni ukagera mohawk whatever zvaunoda. Ndiro department iyoro ndona kutopfeka uniform chero kune dzimwe nyika. Rinondo deploya vanhu yango kupolice muno kublack boats kuya mablack masupporting ndaya. Mona kuti masupporting iyo iri SAS yakapfeka uniform yepolice ichirova zvekuti dhomoshora mapolisa asina zvanoziva. Kana kukasunga munhu akakonya zvakafanira zvakaita job scala izvozvo, imi muchiti magadhijere zvaasi magadhijere, isasi inenge transform dzeprison dzepfeka, imi mukasvika ikwepa mida kuona job scala mobata rafu moti magajere ane ravi zvaasi magajere, isasi kuita zvipi izvozvo. They are deployed kwese kune interest yepolitics nevanenge vachitonga, vanodeploya nesasi kuno actor as mamembers edepartment iroro vanenge muchida imimi. But you understand? Saka SAS iyo ndio play a pivotal role munyika zvepolitics, kuuraya vanhu, kuadapta vanhu, kutocha vanhu and everything. Of course my units andataura anenge ari involved part. SAS ndio yakanyanya. Hakuna munhu angaenda kusiya hokwe kwa redofo. Ndose hokwe kunoenda vanhu vakati ama A level vane zvikoro zvavo. Vanenge vari mumaofisi vachiita office work. Only a few individuals they have been ground and it. But inozoita network yese chii isasi. So they can track you wherever vanotsvaga information. Kana vatsvaga information vanosenda information yokusasi. Sasi ndiyo yezoita basa rari yamanje yezopedza zvida kuitwa. For example, kana munhu akashayikwa, siya weona kutreka yokuwana yotsvaga information, iva vasi vanokubata. Vanonasa kubata ndiyo. Vanobvatura information iyo yoiswa kusasi. Sasi ndiyo yepaground yokubata manje kana kukuuraya. Saka SAS iyi ndo iri dangerous munyika. Ndo yaishandiswa naMugabe. Ma-accidents, zvazvoti panorongo accident yonzi mnaita accident. Zvototrainwa zvinhu zvazviya. Zvotrainwa. Saka apo nonga pambanzwisisa. ITAI Dzamara was abducted musi wa9 March 2015 ndo paka-adapta. Ndo pakatogwa ITAI Dzamara. Kubva kuya 9 March 2015 kana ndisingakanganisi. Right. 2015 iye muna November. That's when inini pandakaenda kunoita selection kusasi ikoko. Ndaita selection sasi ikoko. Kana muchitraina kwabya munotraina nezvinhu zviri riwo. Munotraina even examples, munopiwa examples ari correct chaiwo information icho kwadi. ITAI Dzamara torwa paya akatogwa neseho military intelligence. Vamutora vakamugabichidzana vachiita zvavaita. But kokupedzisira sasi ndio akazomutora. Yamutora vakamutocha vakamushungurudza. Saka nayo yakati kapapende kuti magroups aya anga ari present vachiziva nezvemukomana uyu. Saka vamurova vamushungurudza. Sasi yakazotora munhu ikamurova ikamukuvadza zvekuti anga ari beyond kuti vachimudzosa manje zvanga zvisaiti. Saka mamadepartments ese akaramwa bhozi vaisada kumuuraya. Saka siyawo yakatanga kuramwa ikabva, police intelligence ikaramwa ikabva, prisons ikabva, vamwe vese vakabva, sasi ikasara naye. Sasi ikati hazvitomboiti. Sasi yamukuvadza, vamwe vese vakaramwa, sasi ndiyo yakazonopedzisa basa manje ikamuuraya. Saka ITAI Dzamara vaona kuti hachaiti. Vamwe vakati nditomukanda kunangire kudhuze nekunangire uku, ukaribva uku, kune shumba uku, kuti adyiwe neshumba. Aidanokanda ikoko vamwe vakati no mani shumba dzikamudya bati musoro nsara inevha nozvozoitika. Ndobva vainera kana mukanda mumugoti une acid. Sasi iri kupi? Sasi iri paInkomo padhare first tollgate. Usvika patollgate uchinda long unange paInkomo apo. Tollgate rekutanga you turn left. Uchina left pane chitara chinopinda unenge nanga mukempi parachute regiment. Ukapinda parachute regiment ukatedza tara iyo unodarika pane marriage quarter irapo. Unodarika nekatara ikako hauchazopindi mumain camp yepara. Unobva wabuda ngakuinda musango neDasi Road. Kusango ikoko kune camp iriko ndokune sasi ikoko. Kwete ngepaplaza hazvoti ukatosvika kuti hamene pasango apa pane ndomune camp yesasi momo. Mukati mecamp yesasi pakati pemaofisi pane kamugoti karipo kakadzika kakatovakirwa zvakanaka. Katone kasitumbu kanotoshainwa kaniswa cobra kakaiswa barbed wire akakomberedza nonga pane 3 lines dzakakomberedza kamugodhi iwo unotogadwa every night pandogadwa ipapo. Mugodhi waishandiswa kare nevarungu kubata makomeredzi vachikandwa imomo. Mamwe acid saka waiti ukakandwa waidyiwa zvese everything kana mabhonzo anonyangodika. Saka nhasi mugodhi uri kuexista. Saka sasi yazobviswa kukabriti uku ichiuya kuzoiswa ikoko handiti ndobva vaisa kembi ipapo. Saka vakakontinua kutora mugodhi vachiushandisa kumabasa api iyayo. Kana zvakatosumuka mhepo dzakambosumuka mugodhi ondonhuwa nhunzi kutonhuwa nhunzi otombotambudza kembi yose. But kashoma kana mhepo dzisina kusumuka pane pakatonyara usingatombonhuwi. Imomo ndomakakanga mukomana wavo vaona kuti atofa hapasa zvokuita kuti timu dzose razvaiti kutomukanda uko all the way kusvika kukaribha kutokonengeza sei tiri kuna kubatwa munzira uko ndobva vamukanda mugodhi weacid ndoma akafira imomo ndoma vakazomukanda afa ndoma akadyiwa neacid imomo. Saka zvaikosha zvikurutu vanhu vadzamara ka vazive chero vakatadza kuwana simba rekunoti vanoona mugodhi wacho asi at least vakazori mwana wavo akafa zvechokwadi arimo mukambe esasi mune mugodhi urimo unoita kunge mugodhi wemvura asi usi mugodhi wemvura wakatovakirwa zvakanaka ndoma akakandwa. Saka vanhu vese ndikaitai mupenyu zvazodii aiwa hakuna akaiswa imomo hakuna kwakambocheregwa kakanga mugodhi weacid musasi.
All right, so the question I want to ask, and I can ask to everyone, is every Zimbabwean, when you listen to these kind of stories, do you really think that you've got leaders in ZANU-PF? When you listen to the kind of brutality and the wickedness and the evil that's going down there, you think you've got leaders in the country? On a serious note, honestly, do we really think we have leaders in Zimbabwe? Or do we even expect anything good from people who treat a human like this? Because I think we're just lying to one another. We're really lying to each other. Do they even have the capacity to lead anybody? I don't think so. They don't have the capacity to do so. That's why everything is falling apart, because leadership and hating the people you should serve are totally two different things. It's possible to be a leader without a title, but sometimes it's impossible to have a title and be a leader. You have to be called to be a leader. Do we think, honestly, Zimbabweans, we have leaders in Zimbabwe? Honestly, forget about politics. Do we really think these are the people that we can follow? To say, oh, we need to know where they're going and we can follow them. Where are we going with them? We're going absolutely nowhere. That's why the country is depleting daily, deteriorating daily, because they have no capacity to lead. Because if they had the capacity, they were actually going to understand the power that comes with treating people with respect, because that's leadership. If you don't know how to treat people with respect, you can't be a leader. It's very difficult. Very difficult. This has been going on since day one. Since 1980, it has been like this. In Matabele land, we move a lot of torture, abduction, all manner of things. Some of people, we don't even know their names. Fights, and I remember very well Ngomo fighting the same statement, saying the same thing that we are saying today. And now we're sitting here and think that we are going to have a better Zimbabwe in our dreams. Not with these people, unless we have to restart, revamp, and say, hey, we need to have a brand new Zimbabwe, a brand new Zimbabwe, not a political, a brand new Zimbabwe, which has nothing to do with politics, a brand new Zimbabwe. And then, even if you want to be a politician, it will be easier. Not with these people. They will do anything for power, and they care less. Do you remember what his Mama Kun said, that these are the worst people, because if you can see leaders who unleash soldiers with live ammunitions to kill people. The people they should, and they don't care, they will do anything to walk into the State House. After killing people, they were still walking into the State House, inaugurating themselves. Check what happened in this past election. And we think there's something good coming out of this. Definitely not. Nothing, absolutely nothing. They have no capacity. It's not like they can't. They have no capacity. They are not anointed to do so. They are not called to lead. This is why they are doing anything in their power to get to the top. And let me tell you, it's not working even when they are at the top. It's not working at all. Because they are not called. They are not anointed. It's not their place and should be. It's not a title. You can have any title you want in the world and still be miserable. And still be empty. But go ahead and listen to what he said further. Very heartbreaking. Like, when I listen to this, it's just that now I'm stronger because I've been listening to this video many times. But the first time I was crying while I was listening to the video. I could not believe that this is being done by a human being. And it's so heartbreaking that I'm having my brothers today who believe in these people. My sisters today who can stand up and say, faith. Like I'm sitting and I don't understand. Some of them are actually educated people. And they're saying faith. What are you saying faith for? We are going nowhere, until we remove this. Until this whole system, the wickedness and the evil is gone. No nation ever succeeded on the platform of evil. No nation. Except horror, misery, pain. Generations before us went through the same. No nation ever succeeded when they were led by evil people. These are people with evil hearts that do not care about your feeling. They don't care. Take a listen.
Saka nhese ndiko itai mupenyu zvazodii aiwa hakuna akaiswa imomo hakuna kwakambocheregwa kakabva mugodhi weasidi musasi command officer anga aripo 2015 ainzi Colonel Munana that guy is very.
I'm going to go back to this guy called Colonel Munana, this man. Jonathan Moyo tweeted that this man, after the time that Zimbabwe took over the leadership, Mugabe, after 1980, he was actually retired because he was an old man. But no, man, ZANU-PF went after him. They brought him back to work. This man, they're saying he's a cruel, he's a ruthless man. Jonathan Moyo confirmed what he's saying. This is why I'm saying whatever he's saying, I believe him. Because it is aligning with what Jonathan Moyo was saying. What this top soldier is saying, it aligns the words, everything is square. So he's telling the truth.
Very, very cruel. Akazotofoswa kurizaina na PV achinza wadarika makore ako ekuramba chiburinyu wachembera chibva achiramba achida ndidi kuenda ndohondo ukatomugugula mumuona munana very cruel murume varakamupanikirai kuti gere anofamba chikaminira so gare saka ndo makaiswa ITAI Dzamara imomo right ndakazviziva sei. I was a student in 2015 towards 2016 January takatraina ikoko saka pakati pekutraina munotraina zviri life kwete zvokufungidzira. SASI ndio inotraina counter terrorism. Kuti uzo counter terrorism hunge iwewe watobhotraina terrorism yacho. Saka nesasi atori materrorist. Hakuna vanhu vakawanda ikoko bhozi training yacho inorwadza. Choro kabvunza anyone kana une hama mune hama musoja mukabvunza naiwe inonzi SASI muarmy unit anoziva kuti maiwe wanayo wasiraizvi. Ndo mabhinya enyika. Saka vanotraina counter terrorism, vanotraina VIP protection, vanotraina zvakawanda. Maaccident, car hijacking, aircraft hijacking, any modes of transport hijacking, kidnapping. Munotozvitraina zvinhu kana matotraina munoita ma-life operation. Munotoita ma-exercise amunopiwa ekutesta kuti mabata here zvitori live. Kana muita kidnapping, motoona kukidnapa vanhu votoya mukamba. Pane panyogwa inonzi exercise destruction inonyogoisana napresident vakomana SASI vachaita exercise yekidnapping. So darikana vakanokidnapa vanhu ka wozogomuka kidnapingwa munhu ka mucharepota kupolice.
Did you hear that the president, so the instructions will be written by the president of the nation? A president of the nation. I can only imagine. Yeah, listen, it's one thing to have terrorists or gangsters, but a president of the nation who should look after the people, who should save the people, is writing instruction I don't understand. I don't get it. A president of the country is writing instructions to a terrorist group. The people that they are called state agents, so that's what they call them, state agents. A president of the country who's supposed to lead the people, take care of the people, making sure everyone is okay. He shepherds the flock, checking in with everyone if everyone is cool. This one that is referring to is authorizing evil. Do you really think that we've got leaders in the country? Authorizing people to be abducted, as per his allegations, authorizing people to be killed, as per his allegations. A president of the country.
Pantogoma street kids mutano muya anongosvika so masikigi otogwa usa mota kunza andei kune chibazi kati mono zvachikafu woita kuti vanhu vaya vanopaka vanhu chikafu otogwa masikigi oindona ukaripa munodzidzira munotrena mushandisa mastreet kids kalese mukuita mukuita malicense ekudzidzira kuuraya munhu handiti there are methods dzakasiyana ekuuraya munhu kana uchibaya injection isa poison kana uchiponda kana uchirwa nepfuti whatever zvaunongochita saka munhu anotora live so vanotogwa masikidzi otonzi right fambai makadai ivi vakomana vakagarira uchisvika paya kwanzi uyo munhu iwe uraya nepfuti toni da stiskid rotodona iwe uyo munhu ruwa nesando da otouraya ndopatakazari masikidzi andotogwa masikidzi onouraya kwakwe vachitrena saka hakumbotreni zvokuti kwai ngatire danda tisapedzidzira kurapa muti aka titouraya munhu chaiko kana mavauraya vaya masikidzi aya anobva apiwa shumba dzodya kumana puzo kushumba dzitsvako chikosvika so dzakatozara tune hasha chishumba chimwe chewaiti tutsvuku so netumwe tuchena so tofamba 250 kana 200 imagine ukakanda munhu haambodoni pasi munhu hapana ichomboonekwa pasi dzakugama kupedza kongosara musoro chete saka masirikidzi vatrena tamauraya pandoko vanokandwa ikoko saka nyika yedu yayo yakaoma vanhu vakarara usiku kuno vanhu vanenge vachitrena Zimbabwe inotrena kana mazogara inotrena kwete zvekumbofungidzana kutamba inotrena zvechokwadi saka ndo zvakaitwa mukomana waya saka all in all best odya mwadi uchiri besi ndaitaura naye yangu muchidimbu zvakawanda zvigere saka pakati pekutrena kwatakaita ndo patapiwa maexamples ekufa kwakatana neni mojongwe haana kungofa jongwe akatorwa chekuseri ndobva afa ende unozati vanenge vachitori mavideos zvizhinji vanotonema evideos kuti una apa ukona apa tongogara ndo mafiro akaita zvakafamba zvikadai imamudzi nemunyaso kunzwa chokwadi tongogara akafa sei ninga akafa sei uyu ona takamutora tikampisa ona nemdc ava tsvangira akatogwa apa kuna mavideos aya takapindira takadai tikapindira takadai tikatomuuraya ende unongo mainstructors ka unongo chiziva nemainstructor akatoinda iwe achiti urona pandinapa ndindakatopinda mbamu ndikauraya ningi ndindakauraya ningi pakati munoti ningi pakaizwa rakadaiswa akafamba sei tisakamuraya ona apa zvairita toenda kwakati avidhio kunapa tisakaenda pakati apa vanenge vachibudzai vachikuratidza vachikuudza nemavidheos nemafotos zvinhu zviriu chesekuti ndinhingu ndiyakaita zvakadai pakadai so ndo pakabva pamalessensi yayo ndopata kona nyaya itai saka munozotogwa kamoudzwa manye masecrets kana makutopedza paya mugodhi uyu unongwadi mugodhi here havakudzi zvakazara kuudzai zvinhu zvidimbo hausi mugodhi wemvura panawo ibasa ndo pane basa redu ipapo ndo pane basa ndopatakaudzwa vana itai vamevhara hani maivhara naitai kumuriwa nemdc ndo maari itai imomo ndo patakazvizivira saka sasi manje haubvumidziwi kuritaya sasi hauritai zvokumanya ukasiya basa neany ground yakusisa basa unosvika pakufa uchingotevekwa everyday ukachinja phone number usingaodzi imhosva unototevekwa sewachinja phone number rugara pake unofa usina rugare zvamunotrena imimi hamupiwe macertificate ndeipi kosi yakwambotrena muupenyu unonyimwa certificate even chero masoja anotrena 6 months makosi ese vanoita macertificates anomapiwa but kusasa haupiwe certificate macertificates vanogara nawo iwe unosvika pako vozose mukapiwa macertificate ka muchafamba muchaura munyika muzika mwandini munotsvaka basa kune dzimwe nyika saka vanoramba nemasivikisi kunzvanyiriro kwakadiwo saka ndonhaya mamiro akaita ndoba akakandwa mukomana ndomaari saka zvorwadza zvikuru zvorwadza marobharies ese ari kuitika munyika muya vanhu vesasi vandozviita zvichitozikamwa even chiro president angatoziva kuti vakomana vesasi vari kurobha asi unongoziva kuti ukabata.
So the president will know that vakomana vesasi vari kuroba. Now the question I want to ask, and I'm going to ask this question again, are these the people that you think you can get leadership from? Honestly, Zimbabweans, honestly, are these the people that we think, we think there's anything that will come out of it? These people, having them even for a day in that place is costly to all of us. No wonder why you always say the country is cursed. Because they are cursed. And they are a hurdle. And for those that have always been saying, oh, Nelson Chamisa is just talking scriptures. Oh, Nelson Chamisa is not doing anything. Just say God is in it. Listen, that's a spiritual war. Yeah. This is not a physical war. It's a spiritual war. I hope we understand. What we are dealing with is bigger than us. These people are keeping us at ransom. What is the point in a country like Zimbabwe that is so calm and peaceful? What's the point? Okay, if you are training people for terrorists, where are the terrorists? Okay, why fighting us? Why not protecting the nation? Why us? Why the citizens? Why innocent people? Why the harmless people? Just innocent. You see, that one has been abducted, or that one disappeared, or they've been beaten up, they've been injected. It's like we are in prison. Yeah, we are shackled. We are literally working with shackles. I don't care the kind of job that you're working. I remember I have my other friend who has got a very nice job. He was saying to me, listen, Rumi, just walking along the corridor in here, Zimbabwe, and the people just put their head down. We have lost dignity because of these people. And that's why I always say, if you are just someone who believes in prayer, and I'm asking you to pray wherever you are. Pray for Nelson Chamisa, pray for Anam Tabara, pray for Naibo Mandaza, pray for the men and women who are standing up to fight this regime. This is not a joke, y'all. These people are keeping us at ransom. This is our destinies that they're messing up. We are not free. Our people are shackled. We are in prison while we're walking. This is sad, man. There's no freedom at all. If they can unleash their own people to go and rob our people, kill our people, then we ask ourselves, you expect leadership from them? They have no qualities for leadership whatsoever. They don't have what it takes. One day with these people in that office there, it's costly, not only to us, to generations to come. Because children after us will suffer. Generation after generations. Earlier in the 80s, our parents who came from the struggle, again with the Biden and struggles, they moved to 80s, suffering again with this Kukurahund nonsense. People never had peace in Zimbabwe. It's not just zing there. People have always been suffering. Because we have the wrong people in the office. These people must go. These people need deliverance. They need to be, their minds must be renewed. They need deliverance. I don't know how to say it. It's like expecting good from the devil. It's not possible. No more person in their normal mind will do what you're listening to right now. And first of all, if we were saying we've gained independence, why did we even inherit these acid tanks from Smith? Why did we inherit them? Why are we keeping them? What do we need from them? Why did we multiply the same strategies that Smith was doing? We are worse. We knew the danger of some of the stuff that Smith was using, but we still inherited them. The template of who he was. As a matter of fact, Smith didn't die, he multiplies. He multiplied. He did not die. This is very sad, very disappointing, Very disappointing. That's why I'm like, the church, where are the people? Yeah, the church, when I come together, y'all, this has to be stopped by all means. Not because we also want to free our brothers. These people need to be freed. They need to be rescued. Guys, I can only imagine if you have to live your life knowing that I've killed someone, I've sent someone to go and do evil. These people are not free. They are also shackled. We as an entire nation, notwithstanding the ones that are instigators of evil, they are shackled. We are all shackled because we have allowed the enemy to find residence in the city. If someone is asking where the headquarters of the devil is, yeah, I'm going to tell you it's in Zimbabwe there. That's where his headquarters is. That's where he is seated. You have seen fake prophets all around the state house, y'all. Those people are worshipping Satan. They are the kingdom of the devil. No wonder why they're all circulating the place, because that's where the real deal is. And one thing that you must remember how the enemy works is the enemy always attack the person that is in charge. Because the moment they attack the person that is in charge, they take over the territory. Each and every nation, whether it's a nation, a country, a society, a space. For example, and I'm going to tell you, I'm in Johannesburg. Thank you. I'm in Johannesburg, but I can tell you right now, every Zimbabwean who testify, any Zimbabwean who came in Johannesburg will testify. The moment you cross Limpopo to get into South Africa, there are territorial forces in this country of prostitution, alcoholism. Every person who crosses can tell you, even the ones that left their husbands, some of them came and be devils. They call them territorial spirits. Because the moment the devil takes over leadership, especially presidents, he's taking over the territory. You will always be surprised why there's always the horrible people, fake prophets around the president. Because they want to be in control of the nation. If they can control the president, they've taken over the place. No wonder why nothing is working. Children are swamping in prostitution, drug addiction everywhere. Families are falling apart. Hatred all over the place, because the enemy has taken grip from the leadership. When you hear Nelson Chamisa talk about God is in it, it's not a mantra. It's not for attention. It's not laziness. It's understanding that the fight that we are fighting is a spiritual battle than it is a physical battle. Our people, that includes the president, their people, are shackled. They also don't know how to come out. No normal person, no sane person would want to live in a life like this. Do you think they would want everyone being against them? They don't want that. But unfortunately, they don't have capacity. They're not empowered. They're not equipped to be able to stand and say, this is not who we are. We can't do this. We can be this and we can be that. They don't have the capacity. It requires understanding and wisdom to know that where I'm heading to danger. It's like any person who may be married. There's some people who are here who are married, some of you. You will leave your wife at home and going after prostitutes. That you will forget about their name and ruin your entire marriage. You need empowerment to understand that no, whatever I'm chasing is temporary. But what I'm going to leave is permanent. I may meet this person for a year, for a month or two, but I'll forget them after 2 months. So am I prepared to lose my life because of something temporary? Then you're going to choose to focus on the most important part of family. But you have to be empowered to do so. Because if you're weak, the enemy will mop your life. Because you are not empowered. It's an issue of empowerment. I pray and I wish everyone across the Zimbabwe understand we are fighting a spiritual battle. It's real, and some people can say, but the churches always pray. No, it's one thing to pray. You need to pray with a strategy. It's not only prayer. You must have a strategy. Every generation that were face to face with the enemy from hell, they prayed with a strategy. They had understanding of what to do to fight the enemy. The enemy is sitting alive and well in Zimbabwe. That's where his headquarters is. You've seen all manner of fake prophets who are busy roaming around. And you ask yourself, what the hell is going on? Yeah, because they know what's going on. In their spiritual realm, remember, two forces that control life. Two forces that control life. Two kingdoms that control life. The kingdom of Satan and the kingdom of light. The kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of light. So the kingdom of darkness has taken over the nation, and those that are in that kingdom, whether it's in a fake prophets, whether it's in a witchcraft, they understand how that kingdom operates. That's why they can mingle together. And you ask yourself, oh, what the hell is going on? Why that man is claiming to be of God, but is not doing anything about the problem that we have? Because they are thriving in their kingdom. Why we are mourning, why we are crying, why we are broken, why we are destroyed, they are thriving in their kingdom. Their kingdom is growing. The enemy is celebrating. Our destinies are being destroyed. Our children, families are being ruined. Our kids now are stuck with drug addiction. Generation has been messed up. Our kids are prostituting themselves for survival. University kids are prostituting themselves for survival. But that's the goal of the enemy. He came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So when Nelson Chamisa is saying to you, God is in it, he's not coming here with a mantra. It's a spiritual war. He understands that the enemy is in to destroy. But you and me, we must stand up. To stand up and fight. For those that are praying here, I'm asking you to pray for this nation. Gone are the days, it's not a church problem. It's a national problem. We have to lose ourselves. All of you, you feel weak. You are tired. You are depleting. You are exhausted. I remember I went to the bank one day. That was Standard Bank, if I remember. And I was going I was on the floor. And as I go to the office, and there was this guy, I just knew that he was a Zimbabwean. No, we know our people, right? We know our people. I knew he was a Zimbabwean. And this guy, as I'm sitting down, I remember this. He was like, sis, I'm tired. I'm tired. He said, that's all he said to me. He said, I'm drained. I'm tired. And most of you, you know, it does not matter the job that you are tired. Why? Because it's a spiritual war. It's not a physical war. That's why it's harder. If it was physical, I mean, we could have a solution long time ago. Yeah, we could just come and say, okay, let's do the elections. Who won the elections? Life goes on. If that one fails, we fire, we exchange, we push. But we can't. We are kind of fighting a war. And we are afraid. We're having these sus people who are assigned to do the dirty work. Who are waiting for you to speak up and they will destroy you. We are waiting for you to say this and you're going to be abducted. You're afraid. Families are afraid. Our people are shackled. We'll get into our society, into our old people and threaten them. Have you ever seen in your lifetime where young people can get into the rural areas, they look at people who are mature enough to be their parents, terrorizing them? People like Energy Butori fire the shots at people who are old enough to be his parents. Unheard of. Because there are spirits that are controlling. It's not because they are weak. No. It's not because it's their spirits that are controlling. It requires understanding for us to be able to be out of the situation. It's a spiritual war. It's a spiritual war. The enemy has his headquarters here. You can see, this is why entrance, never, Dr. Never Smumber, and H.H. Hichilema. It's a spiritual strategy. It's God have seen your pain because your hands are cut. As much as you want to take action, there's resistance around you. And then when God does not find a way to free you in that space because you want freedom, he's going to find his way to free his people anyway. He's been doing it. He's been doing it. Somebody's coming and said, I must not mix politics and religion. Then you don't know what politics is. And you don't know what religion is. Because religion, I don't know what you refer to when you say religion. Because I don't know. As a matter of fact, I don't know religion. I know spirituality. So if you're saying religion, you are wrong. You're at the wrong place. Try somewhere else, ma'am, sir. Try somewhere else. Because my understanding and yours, we are different. With all respect. My understanding and yours, we are totally in two different worlds. I don't play life. I live life as it is. And I say it as it is. I don't play with life. Maybe you need to understand that. If you know that this one, that doesn't suit you, please try another person who kind of, who massages you and try to, I don't do that here. Here I told the devil to get off and that's how it works. Whether it's in the politics, it's in the churches, at home, I don't play games. It's about time that we have to face truth as it is. We can't keep on lying to one another. We need freedom, and you and me must do what we have to do to move forward. So if you're coming from wherever you are coming from, if you were sent by Satan, not here, sir, ma'am, not here, not here. Here we don't play, yeah. We don't play. We say as it is. And the devil knows. You can't tell me that I must sit and say people are being murdered, people are being abducted, people are being tortured. Then I must be sitting and say it is politics. It's not politics. It's wickedness. It's evil. It has nothing to do with politics. Go to countries where they're doing politics. Politics is simply choosing a leader. Is this how you choose a leader? To kill your own people? No, you're allowing the enemy to take over spaces and you say that it's politics. It's not politics. It's the devil who is at work. So call it as it is, and so that people can be free. You may be the wrong place. Moving right along, now Marx said, the brand of politics in Zim must change. The project deployed on the country by liberators seemed in the interest of everyone, but it was for them only. Instead of replacing the colonial system, they became the new masters, denying people the right to choose their leaders. They became the new masters. Instead of replacing Smith, they've become, that's why I said Smith did not die, he multiplied. Because if he died, we would be free today. We went, someone tweeted something that I actually saw, but I remember, forgot, I laughed about it. He said, our people fought for 1 man, 1 vote. But it seems like with ZANU-PF is 1 man, 10 votes. Our people literally struggled for 1 man, 1 vote. But it seems like now it's 1 man, with ZANU-PF is 1 man, 20 votes or 500 votes, 1 man. Even if they don't have supporters, they just woke up tomorrow and said, we have succeeded. How do you explain that? And then Vernon replied and said, it's either our liberators have no vision for the country or those who have a vision were eliminated. Get this right. The remaining crop aspired to replace colonialists' one-part state agenda soon after independence was a warning sign. The people that have vision were eliminated. And you still tell me that that's politics. Is that what you're explaining to me? Go check what's happening in America. They don't murder each other to get into politics with the democracy. No, they don't. Stable countries, they don't kill each other for that. Right? So you can't say that it's politics. It's not politics. It's bigger than politics. But it's unfortunately, the enemy is masquerading himself as politics, and you think that's politics. Is not. It just requires people of wisdom to see it. Nelson Chamisa saw it. The person that you're following, you're saying you're supporting him, he saw it. That's why he keeps on telling you that God is in it. What he's telling you is that we cannot cross over on our own. We need divine help. You need divine strategies. You can't cross on your own. Because every move that you make, there's resistance. So how do you do? What's the approach? You have to understand it's a spiritual war. It is a spiritual war. And a spiritual war can only be won spiritually. When you understand the higher power, the power beyond any human, it's only God who can help you and me, who can free us. So whether you like it or not, that is the only way out of this. And unfortunately, if that's not what you believe in, but that's the only way we're going to walk out of this situation, is God has to walk with us. Okay, so then Brian said, the gaze of liberation struggle was woodwinked, hijacked by fraudulent individuals. The liberators died for nothing. It's not worth it to die for Zimbabweans. Our fathers, our uncles, my uncle took care of the soldiers. My grandfather, he died for nothing. I have family members who died in the struggle. They died for nothing. Because here we are, we're still talking about the struggle. We thought by now we should be talking about something different. And Peter, he also said, I agree with you, Zimbabwe is under new colonial masters of ZANU-PF. And it's unfair for me to say the entire ZANU-PF is a political party. Everyone is the colonial masters. It would be a lie, because it's not true. There are people in the rural areas who believe in ZANU-PF because of the fact that it came with liberation. But unfortunately, they did not understand that there's a minority of people, there's a group of people, maybe less than 50, who are just keeping people at ransom. They're hiding under a political party, but they have nothing to do with politics. It's just hiding under a political party because they need to do whatever they're doing freely. Looting and stealing, because there's no way they would be killing someone. There's no way they would be hating their own brother. There's no reason. But they do that because they are not in for politics. Because politics is about leadership. It's about taking care, it's about leading people somewhere. But there's no leadership. It's all about what they're collecting, what they're getting. So call it as it is. It is not politics. It's individuals who just taken advantage of how weak they think we are. They assume we are. That's why they use force. And now you know, you have heard, the people that you see most of the times are not the police, are not the army. No, they are SAS people. It's their own people that are doing whatever they are doing. There's nothing to do with politics. It's not the police, our police. I have family members, police people. We have got ranks. I've never heard them. They don't even know what is going on. Special Air Service is their people that they've groomed. And I will tell you about a man. Wamaka won mimi that time, but she my documents, the Triple C. That guy, ndakamwona futi when they were arresting Maureen, ndakamwona futi when someone else was being arrested. And I've been asking a question. My understanding of how the police work. Can I get a mosha yako uri quarter force? Uno arrest kwa ma police are quarter force. Ukata, whatever that you do in Borodale, we are going to be arrested with the police in Borodale. But in Zimbabwe, is the group of the same police are terrorizing people left, right, and center. Are you telling me you're calling those people police? No. Maybe by now you should know exactly what you're fighting with. But it takes wisdom for us to come out. Anyway, Chinamasa rejected Rutendo Matinyarare. Said, nope. And I just want to say to Rutendo, my brother, you are really in trouble. You are really in trouble, Rutendo Matinyarare. With all your mouthpiece, you talk so much. You are all over the place talking about sanctions. You see, when you are living a lie and all manner of things, there's confusion in the camp. It's all fighting all over the place. Rutendo Matinyarare is in trouble because they are saying, we don't, Machinamasa said, I don't even know who Rutendo is. With all the fighting of sanctions, he is unknown. So they say to those who go around killing, insulting, threatening others in the name of ZANU PF official, this criminal would deny knowing you before the rooster crows 3 times. John 18, 15 to 17, 25 to 27. So this is not my tweet. It's definitely Alinaka's tweet. And he put a scripture. For those who are coming in and said, oh, it's not a, we don't mix religion and politics. Yeah. You need to go and do your research. There's nothing called religion. It's your drama in the secular. It's called spirituality. 2 kingdoms in the spiritual realm that controls life. Whether you're a Christian, you're not a Christian, you're a Hindu, you're not a Hindu, either the kingdom of Satan or the kingdom of God. It's 2 spiritual wars that are controlling your life. So for you waking up in the morning, and when you are doing some of the things that you do, and you wake up and say, but that wasn't me. Yeah, that was a spiritual war that was controlling your thoughts. Controlling your thoughts, controlling your actions, controlling what you do, how you behave. Is a kingdom. Whether you're going to like it or you don't like it, whether you believe in it or you don't, it still controls you. The kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness. It is not a religion. It's called spirituality. It's understanding that all of us, we are 80% spiritual, 20% dirty. You see the woman that you're looking at right now, I'm a spirit. This body that you are seeing is simply dirty. If I die today and my spirit is gone, you take me back to dirty, to the soil. It has nothing to do with the church. It's to do with truth and reality and understanding of what life is about. So if you are not wise, people are going to use you and they will dump you. It's called wisdom. So Mr. Rutendo, you are in trouble. They know how to use. They'll chew you like a bubblegum and they'll sip you. That's how they do. ZANU PF specializes in using people. It's known. They've done with many people over the years. They will use you and they dump you just like that. Just like that. Then you need to ask yourself, who is controlling? Definitely the enemy is controlling. Devil, Lucifer from hell, who came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Someone said there's no spiritual war. I stand by my word. People should start rise up and confront. People have done that before, my brother, my sister. People have done that before. And what was the outcome? People were hurt. People were hurt. So you need to play it, but play it smart. Now, Shinamasa, sorry, is that Shinamasa, right? Yeah, Shinamasa, he tweeted, he said, the recent statement by Zambian Provincial Minister for Copper Belt, Honorable Elisha Matamba, has been brought to my attention. There is no truth whatsoever in the allegations by Honorable Matamba that I killed late Zambian President Levi Mwanawasa, that I admitted to having a hand in the death of former Zambian President Levi Mwanawasa. Number C, that Shinamasa and Rutendo have agreed that they participated in killing Mwanawasa. As a matter of fact, I don't know Rutendo Matinyarare, and I have never met him or her in my life. Mr. Shinamasa does not know Rutendo Matinyarare. That I have intent to kill Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema. The above allegations by Honorable Matamba are false and malicious. So he's refusing. Now, I wish Rutendo was somewhere. Now ask him, how do you feel about this? This is a slap in the face, y'all. Oh, by the way, but I also agree. I agree with Shinamasa. You see me, I'm here. I do support Nelson Chamisa, but it would be a lie if I can come and say to you, I'm talking on behalf of Nelson Chamisa. No. If I'm talking whatever I say, I'm just doing it from my own house, and it's me and doing my things. It has nothing to do with the party. I'm Rumbi as an individual who can stand for change, but I can't drag the party. I'm not their spokesperson. I don't even know what meetings they're having. I don't know what they believe, what they're doing, but I can understand some of the things that they're doing, and I can support it where I know it. I should. I guess that's where Rutendo need to know his place. He's going beyond the place that he's crossed the lines. That's all I can say. If he's supposed ZANU-PF, he should, but he must not think that no, he's ZANU-PF, because he's not. As a matter of fact, ZANU-PF denied that we don't even know him. We don't know who he is. Either he's a he or he's a she. But Wosia was actually writing to E.D. Mnangagwa and say, please, Mr. Mnangagwa, can you consider Matinyarare to be the Information Permanent Secretary? Not in our lifetime. Not in our lifetime. The man, he is a loose cannon. He can't do it. Not in our lifetime. We won't allow it. I know he's Mr. Sanctions. He's always sanctions. All over he goes. Sanctions, kept sanctions everywhere. He doesn't see corruption at all. He doesn't see the evil that's going down in the country. The only thing that he sees is corruption. No, sorry, it's sanctions. All these people being murdered, innocent people, no, he doesn't see. Corruption, when people are looting resources, he does not see. The only time he sees is when he talks about America, where he claims that, they sanctioned us. Zidera, that's what he knows. So all the illicit financial flows, they don't see. They only see sanctions. That's how we are. I'm not surprised why ZANU-PF is bashing him. That's what happens when you're living a lie. Lie comes and slap you back. As you're trying to play games, games will play you. It is what it is. It's part of life. If you're a dishonest person, life will catch up with you. Even if you struggle, be an honest person. People will like it or not, but that's the truth. Or life will catch up with you. Yeah, you saw evil, evil is going to find you at the right time and for all. All right, so Ramaphosa, you have seen a video that was circulating. And I'll be honest, guys, you saw a video that was circulating. I actually posted that video on Twitter, where Ramaphosa was literally walking in at the funeral, and he began to fix the tie of the opposition party, which is the EFF. He greeted Ramaphosa, Malema, they were all laughing there, and then he went in and fixed the tie of the opposition. Dude, can that really happen in Zimbabwe? Where Mr. Mnangagwa can walk in and actually be able to see that maybe something is wrong with the tie for one of the opposition party. Let's just say, who we're going to use as an example, there's quite a number of them. Let's just say maybe we're looking at Ostalosi, right? Because he's a young boy. And Mr. Mnangagwa comes into the meeting where everyone is there, and they see that Ostalosi's tie is not, he didn't tie it properly, and he goes in there and he fixes it like a father, to his son. Have you ever seen that in Zimbabwe? But now, this is what I'm going to say to you now. For those who have been saying, don't mix politics and religion. Now, that's politics now. That's politics. Politics is all about leadership. You are vying for a position. You are vying to lead. But when that is gone, we still want to be brothers and sisters. We still need to love one another. Is that what's going down in Zimbabwe right now? Definitely not. So you can't call that politics. What's going on in Zimbabwe is evil. There's a difference. Politics right now is we can differ, grill each other in parliament and say, hey, you're not doing the right thing. We want to see actions, action. And then when we are done, we go back and we embrace each other. And we love one another. Go and have lunch and still talk. But now as we speak, you saw many tweets, many messages being written on social media. The last week when this went into parliament, that be careful. Don't eat everything that you see. That's the kind of politics that we have in Zimbabwe. Until we realize that our country is being run with evil, we will never win. We're going to be roaming around politics, more politics. No, you need a strategy. I'm always going to refer to a scripture because I know that's what I know is the solution. When Esther, the small little girl, realized that there was something wrong in Sushan, after she married the king, as a matter of fact, for her to actually marry the king, it was a strategy. It was a divine strategy. That's why Dr. Mumba coming to Zimbabwe in Hichilema, it's a divine strategy. It's God trying to rescue you from this guacamaya of ZANU-PF. When God says that you're struggling to come out of a situation, He is going to find a way to free His people. That's what He did in the times of Esther. They were in the same dilemma. People were always being killed, the Jews. But a small little girl was raised by an uncle because her parents died. She knew and understood that there was a higher power that could free the Jews, God. What did she do? She asked them, let's pray. Let's pray. Do not undermine the way God moves because you don't need, there's no strategy. You're waiting for Makandua to stand there and say, God have said, you are going to say, oh, the prophet is spoken. And as a matter of fact, because most of you, I know you are following all these fake prophets around social media and Twitter and especially YouTube. You believe in most of the fake prophets. But when I'm telling you instructions, yes, some of you, you are actually bashing me. But you don't know maybe God is using me. And because you say, oh, she's a lady, oh, she's a girl, well, no. I didn't come here for news here. I came here to tell you about God's kingdom, but using exactly what's going on in your nation to help you to see through that something is wrong here. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a journalist. So know that well. I came to show you that your real enemy here is Lucifer. Here. Be watchful, be mindful, be smart, and be clever. It's not a political issue. It's a spiritual issue. Now, what did she do, Esther? She said, let's fast and pray. The entire city, let's fast and pray so they don't kill our people. And people fasted and prayed with her. What happened? The Jews were freed. As a matter of fact, the people that is set a snare so that they can be killed were actually the ones that were hanged on the same tower. That's what you need to understand. What you must fight now for right now where we are now. Let's pray and help Mumba and Hichilema. That the same system that were built to hurt our people should hurt the very same people who built them. That's our goal. That's what we are focusing on. That we are not ready to lose the battle. Any plans that is there to destroy us should go and destroy the ones that are planning it. That's wisdom. The people that are looting money here, if they think they're going to get away with it, no, they won't get away with it. They should be arrested. And that money, all our money is overseas must come back. That's the goal. What we want is a solution. Not to prove it's politics or it's not politics. No, we want a solution that works. To restart the culture of love, of unity, of respect, of oneness, of purpose, of success. Where we all understand that we are individuals, but we are born, we are created to fulfill purpose, and no one should stand on the way. Be it politics, be it family. We must understand. I love that the president of Zimbabwe is a one-part state cult. You see, it requires understanding that the behavior of what's going on in Zimbabwe is not normal. It's abnormal. And how do we know? We can see it. But the only way we're going to pull ourselves out is when we understand number one. And then we come with strategies to come out. Now, I support Nelson Chamisa from a spiritual point. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a politician. I support Nelson Chamisa to say, because he's talking about freedom and peace and love and joy and unity, I support him. And I know where he's coming from. When he says God is in it, I'm like, I know we are speaking the same language. God will go before us and make all the crooked ways straight so our people can be free. That's now understanding of what we believe in. So I'm saying if we can get to the level of politics like South Africa, where they are now, then we have won, guys, where we can love each other, even if you are if you support Chapman, or you may be supporting Elizabeth, or you may be supporting whoever. But I think ZANU-PF, this system of ZANU-PF, I'm saying by this time next year, it must be never be known that it exists again in our lifetime. This system that brought us where we are now, this agony, the pain, excruciating pain, should be gone forever and never again be seen in our lifetime. Because it is a culture of evil. It is painful. It is destroying. It has no intent to build or to love or to unite. It's just a selfish culture. And in evil, selfish is not a right word, an evil culture that we need to do away so that we can bring back our people and we can be oneness again. I also heard that in Harare, transport is nowhere to be found. We are going back to square zero, a cycle, vicious cycle of poverty. Generation after generation, vicious cycle. We've been here before, guys, where there was no food. Before you know it, there won't be no food. Mutuli was lying yesterday. No, everything is booming. Our currency is stronger. Most countries wish they are Zimbabwe. All manner of lies. The lies, deception. It's of the devil. Deceiving people, not to say no, things are not working. You tell you that everything is booming. Oh, everything is working. Our currency is functioning. Oh, deception. It can only be the devil that operates from deceiving people. So don't say it's politics, it's not. If it's politics, they could be accountable. Are they accountable to you? They brought a couple, what do you call them? A helicopter that were bought, that they allegedly bought for 320 million. Where are they today? Did you see anyone being airlifted? Did you even see any police going in there being airlifted and land? But they are telling you that they've bought them 320 million US dollars. And now you tell me it's politics. You think it's politics. No, it's not. It's evil. So call it as it is so that you can be free. Now, I want you guys to please drop your location. I'm going to send you some shout out. Happy weekend to everyone. Happy weekend for those that are just joining us. Yeah, I took so long. Happy weekend to everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. I want you to drop your location. I'm going to send you a shout out. And by the way, I'm going to go through some of your comments while I answer back, because I saw some of the most interesting comments there that I need to really answer back. I need to... Uganda, hey Claire, welcome. Thank you so much for coming through. And how is Uganda? What's happening in Uganda? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Oh boy, good to see you, man. There we go. The young who say there's nothing spiritual about Zoom politics are naive. Thank you. Very much naive. They don't understand what's going on in the country. Yeah. And they need to be educated because it's not their fault. You see, when you don't understand, most of the times you will think, oh my God, people are like this, you can blame, but you need to be taught so that you really understand what's going on. So the problem in the country is more spiritual than it is in a physical battle. Zimbabwe's challenge is spiritual. And hi, so there's Abu Dhabi. Hello, Rombi. Hey there, shout out to you. Northern Cap is here. Don't watch ZTV. I haven't. 14. I understand. Me too. I don't have time for those things. Their TV is boring. So I mean, I don't know who's watching it because I can never do that. I can never watch it. It's boring. And we have hello, Robbie. Hello from Northern Cape. Hey, what's up? That's where let's work this out and this thing. We are. God is with us. You carry us through. Namibia, shout out, guys. Drop your location, please. Happy weekend, United States. Hi there, CBD Wellington. Shout out to you. What's up? Are you good? Hi, watching from Cape Town, Durbanville. Shout out to you, please. Shout out. Thank you for coming through. It's very cold here. Is it Cape Town that is cold? Where are you? Where are you? This is actually never. Hi, Liverpool. Always never disappoint. Jaden, I know. Shout out to you, man. You never. I know that for sure. Good to see you, man. And then Arnold Chihuri says, I'm in Midrand. Hey, you are just in my hood. You're very close to where I am. You're very close. We are all like in the same city, Johannesburg. And then there's Marshall, everything breaking news. Oh, yes, it must be breaking. And by the way, Master, you actually put a very interesting emoji. You know what I'm saying? You put an interesting emoji, and listen, things come to an end soon. Very soon, let's keep our heads up high. Tekla watching from UK, Rombi, you inspire me so much. Oh, thank you, bless you, bless you. May the Lord bless you. We're suffering because of our laziness. In Zimbabwe, it's a high time now. Guys, and then hello Rumi, can you have us join? Let me tell you, Forever Young, let me tell you, I'm going to actually arrange that where I'm going to invite you guys to come through. I'm firstly going to advertise, so at least you know. Tonight I'm 7, we will steal our hopes to EU. 100%, the hopes are there. That's why I'm saying let's pray so that we give them wisdom. When they are meeting, there's going to be a meeting soon. They will not forget who we are and also help us so that we can actually be able to tackle these things. So guys, there is a way out soon. There's going to be a way out. But I want you to know that it's important for us to keep on praying so that our people can have wisdom to be able to pull us out of this. ZANU can kill people if they demonstrate. I agree with you, Solomon. I'm not a fan of demonstrations because I know, I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I am not. I don't encourage anyone to demonstrate because we have had experience before. I'm sure this is why Chamisa never spoke about demonstrations. By the way, someone put up a fake tweet yesterday. Was it today? Yesterday. Actually, that's fast created a fake account like Sinoso Chamisa, and they were talking about demonstrations because you know what? This is what I'm saying. The regime, these people are blood mongers. Yeah? They want you to go into the streets so that then people can be in trouble. But because no one is getting to the streets, that's what they want. They're trying, all these arresting people is trying to provoke the opposition. But guys, relax, chill, don't move. Sit in your homes and just enjoy your life. Wait for instructions, and the instructions are coming soon. Don't do any demonstrations because you're gonna be hurt. And the problem of Jonathan Moore, he's a chameleon. That one, he is this tomorrow, he's that. He's really not somebody to be trusted. Of course, he's just. I think. This is what I'm going to say, guys. I love to really look at situations mercifully, Jonathan Moore's daddy was murdered, all right, during the Gukurahundi time. He was murdered. Him is in exile. And I remember one day I tweeted, I was like, I feel for him. It's like generations of pain, guys. His daughter also was killed, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm saying it's a generation of pain. Your father was murdered by the same regime. Today, that regime is drive you to exile. That's a generations of pain. So instead of us maybe looking at it sometimes from, we understand, we must also consider underlying factors where people are brutalized. It's people who are living with trauma day in, day out. When a person is hurt, they're always going to give out vile. So hate people. So I'm very merciful and I'm always be gracious when I look at situations. This man has been through a lot. So we really have to extend grace and just pray. That's why we are all saying, let us pray so that this country can be free. You see that people are going to change. Because right now, today's blanket repatriate would see and a saying it must go so that we can all be free. Rombi but and do takava. Relax. We are very close to the new thing. We may not be there yet, but surely we are very close. Okay, we may not be there yet, but we are very close. Then in Guy Pinda came command Argupinda. Argupinda, yeah. I saw ZBC Zambia broadcasting Nevas Mumba talking nonsense. Yeah, of course. There is a documentary that was done literally by ZANU-PF trying to discredit Mumba. But you know what? It doesn't hold no water. You and me knows the truth, right? Truth will always prevail. Remember that. ZANU-PF is trying so hard, but truth will always prevail. I believe in Mumba. I believe in Ishulema. I believe, you guys, this is out of 55 countries in SADC. Only 3 countries attended Mr. Mnangagwa's inauguration. That could speak, guys, that speaks volume. Guys, if you're getting married and you have invited 55 people to your wedding. Only 3 people comes from. Okay, I want to display something that will make you guys laugh, so that it's easier to understand. Because I love to use practical examples. I love. Like I'm a family-oriented person. So family for me is like everything, right? Let's say you're getting married, right? You send out invitations. I want to say I'm the one that is getting, like as a woman, you're getting married. You are sending invitation to your, maybe to your families or both. Let's just say both you and your husband, your fiance, whatever. You send invitations to your family members and say, hey guys, you should come for a wedding. Out of 55 invitations you send, only 3 people comes. Do you think there's going to be a marriage there? What is that supposed to tell you? Red flag. Bold red flag, like God is like, yo, you know, if it's me, yo, I'm going to speak to this man and said, no. Surely there may be things that we didn't do right. Can we wait a bit? If we truly love each other, we're going to say, can we wait a bit? Let's try to find ways to hear why our families are not getting along, or they are not in support of our marriage. Maybe they will be able to tell you and say, no, I think we are seeing, maybe, maybe families are saying this man, or the family of a man are saying this woman that you're marrying, no. You know what I mean? But they will never do that. And they should be doing that, to say, out of 55 countries, we only have 3 countries who attend our inauguration. That's a huge red flag. It means people are not in support of whatever move that you make. But unfortunately, the people we are dealing with, we have spoken, a spiritual problem is, do you know what, when the enemy is a user, the devil is a user, when you're almost falling, everyone else can see you're almost falling, but because you think you're smart, ZANU PF are sinking. Guys, these people, they were in the pit, but right now, and because they are they are people we are arrogant. They think they're smart, but they don't know that they're sinking heavily. This thing's going to turn very ugly for them. You know, you can't get away with it, especially when out of 55, only 3 friends, not only 3, some of them just came for the sake of, they didn't come because they loved you, no. Ramaphosa came because he was sent with a message to say, your election wasn't great. Sadak is unhappy with your election, and something has to be done now. Your people have been suffering. So pretty much, but you know how they are, very arrogant. My Shandi Rumbi boy, I'm doing great, thank you. We have no leaders in Zimbabwe, 100%. Like I've always said, when we all be honest with one another, do we really have leaders? We don't. I don't see no leadership there, personally. We don't have leaders, Rumbi. They are totally ruthless, 100%. I agree with Jenny, totally ruthless. Ngululeko Masiko, Ngululeko, the developed people were thrown into mines during Gukra. This is not a tip of an iceberg, but continuation of brutality, 100%. I agree with him. Continuation of brutality, that's exactly what it is. I feel your pain, sis. Oh, did you see that I became emotional and almost crying? Yeah, I'm very emotional. I'm emotional. Simama Kun was supporting the Junda regime during the last campaign. He's part of them. He was expecting a mineral. No, I disagree. Simama Kun, he said this. He said he actually called Morgan Tsvangirai at the time of the coup. And he said, no, don't support this. He phoned different people. He told them, do not support the coup. This thing is it's chatting news. It's going to put us in trouble. So I disagree. He said it. I mean, I did run the story about 2 days ago. He said, bless you. Bless you. Oh boy, bless you. Hi Ru, the most painful thing watch varikumba this platform data, but yeah, because we are trying to educate people. We are trying so hard to educate. And I know some people that are coming in trying to be negative, actually from ZANU PF. I know it, wow. Because you know why? Everywhere, whether it's Twitter, TikTok, I've heard people complaining that while they are busy doing their meetings, someone will just come and try to spoil the whole deal because they are always being sent to cause confusion. So I know that if some people comes here on this live and try to speak negative, they are there to destroy. I'm much aware. I'm much aware. And then Mari Inga Mazimba, I don't know matter one. Yeah, but sometimes we need a strategy, my sister. We can pray, but we need a strategy. And hi Rumbi, hi there. Can you please translate? Oh my God, this is actually Tlengani Tlavalala. I don't know what is it that I need to translate because I'm speaking in English. These are local people, so there's all South Africans here who listen. So guys, I also have buddies here. Remember, I've been here for a long time. 50% is Zim, 50% in here. So I've got South Africans who are very close to me, very close to me. Okay. And then you're looking gorgeous, Teddy. Thank you very much. Thank you. I much appreciate it. I appreciate you deeply. I appreciate you. And also, President Wekupe anotamba nevana vadiki. Yeah, I get you. I get you, sis. I get you. It's a spiritual battle. I agree with you, Rumbi. Yes, 150%. You and Fadzi, you're my heroes. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, those shoes are very difficult to fill. Fadzi Emayer is another. It's another. She's my sister that I respect and love, but we are two different people. I'm just this girl that I just vibing and do your thing. These are true, real politicians. Fadzi is a real politician. I'm not a politician, y'all. My sister, don't come every time with your topics as breaking. Once to stay cool, be chilly, just be humble with your presentation. Respect the word breaking. All right, so let me tell you why I put... guys, please listen, y'all. Why I didn't put breaking? This is breaking, y'all. Maybe, all right. I'm sorry if I just step the boundaries, but to me, to me, it's like, I'm like really in there, like I'm in there, you know what I mean? People in Zimu always think that everything good, we always lie to ourselves. No, of course. I'm sure some people have just made peace with our suffering and they've normalized it. That's why we need to remind each other and say, no, this is not normal. We can work together and have a better Zimbabwe. Let's work together and make sure we change the trajectory. But it will happen soon. It was so surprising to see South African politicians to become as a family at a funeral. No, you know what? Can I be honest? Those people are only brutal in parliament. They are not like that when they meet everywhere. South Africa is a civilized country, guys. It's not like Zimbabwe. Do you know what I love here? I can phone my friend here like, I didn't like what you did, you know. I hate what you've done. But we're still friends. You know what I'm saying? And she can say, oh, but I understand. I'm sorry about that. But do you know, take it personal. They're civilized. They're very, we're very, what can I say? Zimbabwe, we are stuck, man. We are stuck. Let's remove ZANU PF so that we can be able to revamp and also renew our minds. We've been messed up. ZANU PF have messed us up. It was so surprised to see, okay, so if you believe that this spiritual war, you won't achieve anything, too much beliefs in these fake pastors and prophets. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a prophet. And then I'm just telling you that this is a spiritual battle, but I don't care about pastors and prophets and whatever. I respect them. Whatever they're doing is none of my business. I'm not a prophet, say chaser. And then I read the Bible and I leave it. It's that simple in my world. I read my Bible and I leave it. You see? That's what I do. So I'm not into prophets and all. No, I'm not. As a matter of fact, I don't follow any prophet. Nobody. Back again, that's Jaden. Liverpool here, Rumbi, you're right. ZANU PF using the lack of majority Zimbabwe, the lack of exposure. Now I think take up normal things to be normal. 100% Jaden. And thank you for coming. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you so much. TV Sock protest. No, don't worry, try more. Things will be cool. Bringing news me. Okay, hi Rumbi, how true it is that Chamisa is calling for a demonstration? No, that's a fake message. It was done by Faz. Please, it's a fake message. It's ZANU PF and Faz who did that message just to cause problems. They are desperate. They want to hear what Chamisa says, but Chamisa is not saying anything. That's one of the reasons why they did what they did. So don't worry. It's not Chamisa. It's Faz. It's ZANU PF and their fuzzy company. I don't know whatever they're doing. And then there is no spiritual war, and I stand by my word. Please should be rise up and confront the enemy. Yeah. There are so many ways to confront the enemy, so many ways. Hopefully Rutendo. So this is about Rutendo. Canada as well. Wow, there's quite a number of messages and there are so many. ECD Nema grade 2. Jonathan Moeba does not use generational pain to defend ED. Mugabe ZANU extinction. You know what I think? This is my own personal view. I think Jonathan Moyo wants to be accepted so that he can fight from within. Jonathan Moyo is in for a fight, but he's playing it like he's supporting ZANU-PF. But the goal is so that maybe he can get in there and destroy them from within. It's a strategy. That's my assumption. That's my own view. I may be right, I may be wrong. You know, you may understand it differently, but I think that's what he's trying to do. After all the tweets, he's still, as we speak, there's still that that tweet is still pinned on his Twitter page right now as we speak. You know, about the coup. You know, so how on earth does he think that ED will forgive him? And remember, that guy spewed a lot of vile about ED. Immediately after that coup, this guy went on a rampage. He was saying ugly stuff, real deal ugly things about the regime. So surely, even if Mnangagwa, Mr. Mnangagwa can forgive, some of the guys, most of the that's why they always said, when you're angry, don't say much, because you may end up saying things that people will never forgive you. There are some of the words that Jonathan Moyo spoke that I don't think, even if I was in the shoes of Mr. Mnangagwa, I would trust him again. So he's simply just playing political game. It's a political game. Oh man, I'm gonna read this message again. It's just I'm such a very humble person, and also very shy. So please be I'm very shy, for your own information. So please forgive me. I'm very shy. Just know that. If you say protest Toroa, I want the protest. Please protest ECA, guys. Here in SA, we are free. My mom is from Zim. That is why I had ZANU-PF. Oh, thank you, sweetie pie. I understand, everybody. Now, he did never forgive Mugabe so. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I think I don't know what Jonathan was doing, but I don't trust ED. And I don't think ED has forgiven him, actually. And I also don't even think that he's serious with what he's trying to do. I don't think he's serious. Guys, I'm asking you, okay, I want you to send me, if you've got any question that you want me to answer, please feel free to write the question. I'll answer you. Any question, it may be personal, it may be a question to ask about me, I'll answer you now. Please, I'll give you that platform. I'm going to come back with Get to Know Me. And then we can actually really run it, and you guys can ask me any question you want to know about me, and I'll be able to answer you. I'm also a very free person. So yeah. So please, if you have any question you want to ask, because I know some of you, you're burning, you want to ask a question, who's this person? What is she all about? Please ask me, then I'll be able to answer you. So I'm waiting for your questions while I'm finishing here. So throw your questions, please. I'll be able to answer you quickly. It's a happy weekend, everybody. Happy weekend. If you're just joining us, thank you for coming through. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe to the channel. You don't know, I miss any of the corner that I drop here. Drop your questions, please. Why are you also dropping your location? Because I want to know where you guys are. What are you doing right now? Are you in the club? If you're in a club, please tell me. If you're in the club and what's happening at the club. Are you at home? What are you drinking? What's happening? Let's have a chat. And drop any question that you want to ask. Anything that you want to know about me, please ask. So that you don't assume, because I can answer you now. Okay, drop your questions, please. I want to check something quickly. I'm here. I can answer you any minute, anytime. Please feel free to ask me any question. I'll answer you. Let's see, yeah. Ask me happy weekend, yeah. Happy weekend, everybody. Happy weekend. All right, guys. So I guess you guys gonna ask me next time. Okay, I'll come back next time. I'm sure people are just Okay, maybe you must just prepare your questions. I'm coming back to get to know me. I want to do it. I will do it either off live. And then, hi, Lord, don't you know good food cause you always drinking? You get food cause because you always drinking. No. What are you drinking? You are in the red dress. So I've got lemon coffee. Yeah, this is lemon coffee. Very good for energy. I don't drink alcohol, so I get my energy right here. Very good for energy. I also have lemon water. Again, still with lemon. So I'm allergic to milk. So yeah, so I really drink milk. If I should take milk, it's maybe things like almond milk, soy milk, but it must not be dairy. I'm allergic to dairy products. So yeah, but as for today, or most of the times, I always like drinking lemon coffee, iced tea or lemon coffee. And then, is it our President Chamisa feels safe in that country? No, he's very safe. He's a wise man. He's a wise man. Those people are playing it safe. They know what they're doing. He's really a wise man. And things is going to work out for them. They know what they're doing. They're playing it very smart. And trust me, everything will work out well with them. Well. They're in the right direction. God will give them wisdom and understanding. So I believe in his leadership and everyone. And really, it's not only Chamisa. Let me just tell you, one thing people need to understand is Chamisa is not alone. Chamisa's got advisors. Chamisa is working with the council, the elders of the Zimbabwe. Every time I hear people say, no, Nelson Chamisa is just doing things, it's a one-man band. It's not true. It's not true. Nelson Chamisa, as we speak, not only him, people on Amtambara, Ibomandaza, those people are sitting, finding solution for the country. So don't think that it's only Nelson who is waiting and come and tell you whatever he wants to tell you. No, that guy is not a one-man band. He's actually have a lot of advisors for him. Are you married or in a relationship? So I am. Do you have a daughter, so I can be your in-law? I don't have a daughter because I've never had a daughter yet. I pray that maybe I'll have a daughter, and I also pray for twins if God can bless me with. But I have a daughters in my sister's kids, 100%. They're my kids as well. So I do have beautiful ones. I don't know how old you are, but I have beautiful. My sister's kids are my kids as well. So yeah, I have. Oh, how did I forget my angels, my beautiful children? So the first question: are you taking, or I can mix something with my own son? You know what? That question, it's a great question, but I would really love if people can just, please just introduce the person. What is a professional qualification? So I do a property practitioner. So I do property as well. I'm also an interior designer. So I design as well. So I do quite a lot of things. I'm just someone who's talented, and I love also to lay my hands on anything that I find interesting. You know, when you're single, you have got all the time, so you try almost everything, because I'm naturally someone who doesn't like to work. I don't like an 8 to 5 job, because I really want to spend time at home with my kids, and also being able to make sure that I take care of my man. So should I get married, I really want to prioritize the sanity of my husband. So he's going to be the man that I want to serve. So God knows I'm not an 8 to 5 person. I want to be home, make sure that at least the house is just heaven for my husband. So I really prioritize that. So I would prefer just using my talents and my gifts to make money. But I don't like 8 to 5 job. It's not for me. He doesn't that he has. So fools upon the wood. People are just waiting for him. No. The move is coming. Relax. The move is coming. They are pursuing diplomatic route for now. The SADC route, diplomatic route, which is just from Cape Town. What do you think is going to end with SADC? No, definitely there's going to be a way out. Definitely. You remember what Ibo said? Ibo said that SADC has plans to overturn Mr. Mnangagwa's presidency because of illegitimacy. There's a lot of questions around it. That's what Ibo Madaza said. But at the end of the day, we need to wait and see. But the actions of ZANU-PF is going to show you that they're panicking heavily. They are surrounded. They are surrounded. They know that it's not going to be easy for them to come out of this space. It's not going to be easy. They are surrounded. Really, it has been a lot. It's definitely not going to be easy for ZANU-PF. You know, it's not going to be easy. It has been a lot. Guys, I really had an incredible time with you. It's almost like almost 12. So I'm left with 30 minutes in. Is your inbox open for guys who want to try their life? You know, I'm not married. You must remember that what a lucky man he will be. Hey, yes, you know what, Jax, you're right. Can I tell you something? I don't understand why. Why is it so difficult for men to actually see good women? Why is it difficult? Okay, I want men to be honest here. Why is it so difficult for you men to actually see a good woman? Why is it difficult? Why is it good women struggle to actually get good men? Why? Maybe tell me why. Because I'm like, man, I'm prepared. I just can't wait to save my man. My fikir ayo boy. Ndakafika save name. Oh, am I wearing? Okay, so I don't have it's very hot in Johannesburg. It's very hot. So that's why to wear something I could not. It's really hot. I don't know if I'm not dressing properly, but maybe you guys got used to always see me wearing professionally, and you know, but it really, I've never seen it. Where are you in Johannesburg? It seems like you're in no, I'm not in Randburg, neither Midrand. No, I'm not. I am not. But I can see from here, I can see the Mall of Africa from here. But I am not in Midrand and I am not in Randburg. But I am in Johannesburg. I'm not give you the location of where I stay, but for my personal reasons, because I also have haters, enemies. ZANU-PF people are just out there. But I am in Johannesburg. So he's definitely going to be a lucky man. Trust me, he's going to be a lucky man. A blessed man, actually. He's a blessed man to actually marry me. He's blessed. He's chosen. He's a chosen man. He's chosen. Hi, Silas. Good to see you. Oh, Silas, good to see you, man. Oh, by the way, thank you very much for you are so kind. The message that you send, and also give me a gift. So guys, did you notice that there's actually, where you are sending me messages, there's a small dollar at the right side. This dollar is for you to buy super. So those super, simply if you want to bless me, any amount, you choose the amount that you want to bless me with. So for those who didn't know, that there's actually a dollar sign where you can go in and choose. Maybe it's $1, maybe it's $2, maybe £2, maybe £5, whatever amount. For those that didn't know, but that's what that dollar is for. Hi, Lynette, how are you doing? Good to see you. And you came very late because we're almost closing. Later, I've been here for almost oh wow, almost like 2 hours. I'm here. This has been the longest live I ever did, but I knew it's gonna be long because what I was dealing with today was a bit also long because of the stories of ITAI Dzamara and all. So yeah, it's who to ask her about her dressing more. Are you okay up to the no, I don't know. Do you know Patrick who works in Safeguard? Patrick. Oh wow. You know, because of property, I've met quite a number of people, but I wouldn't know who is Patrick. The opposite is True Rumbi, is good woman who always failed to locate Mr. I can send for my girls. I can send my girls. Let me tell you why I say that. I can stand for my girls. Like I can stand for my girls. You know why I'm saying that is because you men, you're the one that propose women, and women respond. But I've realized that men actually the struggle to actually locate good women. Or let me put it this way. I think one thing that I've actually discovered is that another issue in Zimbabwe, what's wrong with their dressing? I don't know. Maybe she wanted me to dress professionally. She was expecting me to dress formally, not casual. So, you know what I think that I discovered? I think this is what I've discovered. I discovered that men are making one mistake. Men are confusing street walkers and women who are there to marry. You know, the society is shrinking now for genuine men and genuine women. So if you're someone who believes in family and you truly want to get married and you really want to do the right thing, you struggle to find a person. You struggle to find a person because the moment a man finds a woman, he's quick to just mess you up like he's dealing with those street walkers. And they make it very hard for good women, because good women are like, but I want to know who you are. Give me time to know who you are. But he won't give you the platform because he thinks he's going to compare with everyone. You can say, oh no, but she's very slow, I can't take it. She's very slow. No, she's not slow. She just wants you to prove to her who you are. And some of us, we believe in that you know, the old love. Someone said, I think I know where you live. But don't say where I live. If you know where I live, bless you. Another Zimbabwe issue. What's wrong with it? Okay. So I think that's where the problem is that, no, I don't drink alcohol. David, I don't drink alcohol. I only drink, I'm drinking lemon coffee. Sorry, my bed is just the stand. I'm drinking lemon coffee. So this is simply lemon coffee. I don't know if you can see it. It's almost finishing. Lemon coffee. So I feel men are just struggling to balance between genuine women and any other ordinary person. But my advice to most of the women, men is to be specific. I always say to them, so first of all, you need to really know what you want. If you know what you want, it will be easier to locate it. But if you don't know what you want, if you're that kind of a man of saying, I'm just going to try and see if it works, then you're going to hurt a lot of people, because you can meet a good person, but because you don't know what you want, you're going to actually abuse her. But she's a good person that you could have embraced, even give you a better future, but because you don't know what you want. So my advice is, know what you want. So yeah, I think men are really struggling to balance between good women to marry and just the street women. They're struggling to balance the two. I hope, maybe I guess it's because people are just behaving the same. Thanks to have a sister like you. Good night. I'm sleeping now. Cheers. God bless. Bless you, Becky. Bless you. Thank you so much. So you see, Becky's going to sleep. Thank you guys for just hanging out with me. It has been a great time. I enjoyed the time. And guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be talking about real news that people want. Today I was hanging out with you, but give you a bit of glimpse of what we are dealing with. But here we are. So sleep tight, everybody. And if it's your day, I'm saying have a great day. I love you so much and God bless you. Or maybe there is someone who is asking about soldiers. Okay, what about the soldiers? I see the question. Let me check. I didn't see what about the soldiers? You know, Zimbabwe is just, it's confusion everywhere. Like, it's just, let me check the question. What is the question? I didn't see the question. Oh, is it true that soldiers we are called back at their barracks, but they refused? That's what I heard. I heard about that. To be honest, I heard about it, but I can't confirm because I was also waiting for someone to really confirm for me. But I heard about it. Maybe there was simply allegations, because I really want to have real solid, statements than to just. But I heard something's going on up there. Guys, you know what happened with this past election. On its own, it should show you that things are just not okay. You know, this past election will show you that things are just not okay, really. That's just my take. You know, I may not have all the facts, but I just don't think that things are okay personally. You know, so guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I want to appreciate you deeply. Appreciate you so much for your love and for your support. It means a lot. And trust me, I'll meet up with you tomorrow. So sleep tight and God bless everybody. If you're somewhere else where you're still having a good time, it's a day for you. I'm saying, please enjoy your day and God bless you. I love you deeply and bless you.